Alright guys, so this video what we're going to be doing is creating our first database, creating our first table, and essentially inserting data into that table. Alright, so I'm hoping to get this to this point. You guys have a MySQL installed, so MySQL Workbench, or if you connected it to an app like PopSQL, that's alright. And they have SQL installed, alright? So if you guys do not have that installed, I will make a video on that tomorrow. And most of you guys are watching this video far later into this future, so you guys will, that video would be on my channel. Alright, so make sure to check that out before watching this video. Alright, so I'm hoping you guys have your MySQL and SQL installed, or SQL, because we are going to need MySQL and our SQL command prompt for this video. Alright, so just open up both of those and just log in. So you have your password that you created, to just log in with that. And here you should come to this page. So just say create database, and then your name of the database. So I already have a few, so I am not going to create a new one, but just know that in this video, because I did create one before this video, so in this video I'm going to be using the database I created called Pernofsite. And even though you can work from here, I do recommend to use this MySQL Workbench because it does make it so much easier. Alright, so semicolon, then enter. I already have this, so I'm not going to do that. But you guys do that and make sure to connect it to this workbench. Okay, and I'll show you guys how to do this in the installation process that I'm making tomorrow. So I just want to tell you these requirements before we start the video. Alright, so I hope you're at a stage like this in your MySQL Workbench and it's already connected. Okay, because this is where we're going to build upon. Okay, so if you're not, once again, please watch the video before. Okay, so when creating a table, there are a few things to really keep in mind, right? Primary key, what a primary key is, and also the data types, right? So I will talk about those in this video. Okay. I think that's it, right? So the rest are kind of just simple syntax. So a primary key is essentially just the main key that identifies the rest of the keys. Okay, and let's talk about the main two variable types that we're going to work with. Numbers, integers, and strings, right? So that's all we're going to work with in this video. So a string in MySQL is what we call a varchar. So some people pronounce it varchar. I say varchar. And this is how you write it. And inside these parentheses, whatever's inside it is the max limit for the amount of characters. And you might be thinking, all right, well, let's put 1 billion. So whatever that number is, right? It doesn't matter. Like, we'll just have a lot. But I would like to keep in mind, I mean, for this database, it's not going to be that much data. But like, if you have like at scale, right? So let's say if it's for your website and you have 10,000 users, this is very unnecessary data. Or unnecessary data, like if they only enter like 3 characters, right? You're wasting, I don't know, how many zeros does this have? Like, this is like 10, I think, right? So you're wasting like billions of data. Okay, so or billions of characters of data, right? Something like that, right? So I hope you guys get the point. The next is what we call int, and this is just any integer. Essentially, that's just how it works. So int, and you can put any number. So, and then along with int, you have decimal. So decimal, and you may see me put these in counts. I don't know if I will talked about this before, but a lot of people put their actual syntax in SQL syntax in caps because it helps them differentiate the actual syntax from the letters and words and things like that. So I will be doing that in this video because it is good practice. All right, so let's get started. So the function that we're going to use for creating a table is pretty simple. It's create table. So just type create table. Now what we need to do is we need to say put our database name. So you'll see this a lot. So Pranav Sai is this one, whatever you call it yours, just put that, and then the name of the database. So this database is going to store the names of all my users. So I'm going to call it users. Okay. And just put an open and close parentheses right here. Okay. Okay. So this is just specifying that in this database, this table. Okay, so you'll see this a lot. Almost every function is just gonna specify the database first and then the table. Okay. Now inside of here, do you have an error? No, right? Okay. So inside of here, we can put our keys and values. So well, not our keys and values. This is different from JSON. So that would be a non-SQL or NoSQL, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, here we just want to put the variables or the columns per se for what we want in the table, right? So the columns for the table, like the columns and rows. So my first one is going to be usernames, right? Because this is going to hold all the usernames. So usernames, and this is a varchar. This is a string. And inside, I'm going to say, I think a username is probably not more than 20 characters. So I'm going to say like 30, just in case. And a password, I will also put the same. So password is varchar, and what are we going to call this? 30. We're going to call this 30. So, and make sure you put this comma. And now I talked about primary key, right? So that's one of the two things that we need to focus on. So the primary key is the main value. And in this case, I would say usernames is the main value. You get the username is the one, just like logically, right? If you're going to search username, you're going to search for the username and then you'll get the password, right? That's the key. It's not password, then username. So so we're just going to say that this is the primary key just by putting primary key here. Primary key. Okay. Let's put this in caps, right? So primary. Okay. So that's it for actually creating the table. Now what we need to do is we need to insert data to it, right? This table is pretty much useless for now. I mean, we got our table, that's cool, but the use of this table is to store some data. So let's insert some data into this. But first, let's just run this program so we know that this is working. So run it, and I think we just got an error, right? Yeah, we just got an error. So create table from outside user. Oh, yeah, this is just because I already have this table first. So I'm just going to call this users one for now. So let's run this, and we're good. So 0 rows affected. That's nice. Like, we haven't really added any data. So now let's do that. So to insert data, it is pretty straightforward. We just need to put insert data, or insert into Pranav side, or this is the database, right? So you always have to specify what the database and then the table. Users, values, okay? And inside here, we need to put the values for each row. So this first variable would be our usernames. The second variable would be our password. And let's say we had a Gmail, right? So Gmail, then this would be the third. So you have to go by order. So this one's the first one, this one's the second one, okay? And I'm just gonna insert Pranav as my password and Sai as my, oh, no, Pranav is my username and Sai is my password, sorry. And then just semicolon here, okay? That's about it. So let's run this project and it should say like one line affected. Okay, so one row affected. Now let's add some more data into this. So maybe next I'm gonna put like brother, so Rohan inside. One row affected. All right, great. Now maybe I want maybe I want magnitudo and or never mind. I think this is good enough for now, right? So nothing for now, right? So we'll just do this one code. And now let's show this table, right? So how we do this is we say select caps. Always remember caps lock. Select asterisk. So you'll notice in almost every programming language, it's pretty, well, I think it's all from programming language. I think this is universal, right? So this asterisk means like all, everything. So maybe you'll see like if you watch any of my tkinter videos or Python tutorials, it's from tkinter import all, and I just say all here and I don't say asterisk. Well, that's because you can use them interchangeably. So select all from and then our table. So this is just going to show everything from this table. So I mean, we could just show one thing, so we could just say like usernames or passwords, but let's just show the whole table. So from and then Pranav Sai dot user one. Okay. And let's run this. So okay, and you can see our database is right here. So under usernames we have this Pranav inside, and under password we have and we also have Rohan inside. So you can put this in grid mode if you're on this workbench. So I don't know what's happening. Worked before. Actually didn't know this trick, but like, okay, anyways, guess it didn't work. So, and I can edit like these values, which I think is pretty cool instead of just coding. But anyways, so I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to put it in the comments below or email me, right? So thank you guys for watching this video once again. My name is Pranav Sai. Peace.